Welcome back to part 3 of our GTS-T build, guys. We hope you're as excited as we are to get this thing off the paint. Before we get into the video, I want to mention that our GTR sweepstakes is ending in just a few short days, and I've got a great promotion for you guys. Every dollar spent on merch or car parts at throtl.com is going to be 2 entries to win our GTR. If you're a VIP member, every dollar you spend is going to be 10 entries. That is insane. We've never done a promo like this before, so definitely take advantage of it. And now it's time to go finish up these fenders with Ricky and the boys. I'm gonna head over there.
The whole pandem kit is on. It looks beautiful. Ricky's actually just finishing up the front lip right now. I'm gonna go right now and take a couple of our critical screws out and Cleco them. So the body kit's gonna be a lot easier to come on and off then. Alright, so now that the Clecos are on, we can actually take the rest of the self-tappers off, leave it alone, and then do the other side.
Are you recording?
Look at that.
Mate, that's
Look at that. Oh my god. So we have 2 lines here. The first line, this line that's drawn on already, is the line for the fender. So this is how high the over fender sits, plus maybe ½ an inch. So if we cut on this line, then you're not gonna see the factory fender from or through the over fender kit. The second line, which you just made and is trying to figure it out, is this line, which is how much of the wheel well the tire is actually gonna take up. So it's a combination of figuring out how much room you need for the tire and how much room you need to take off for the over fender is going to give us how much we actually need to take off the car.
No. I've got it. You guys ready? Reibys is here. We've got the winner here, VIP Dream Build winner number 2, Reibys is on the line. Ready?
Let's see. I still got burrito. Kind of how that fried
Taste that burrito?
Yeah.
Yo!
Yo! What's up, bro? Hey, what's up, Dad?
Hey, guess what? You're the winner of throtlVIP Dream Build number 2.
Yeah!
Yeah! Let's go! Congratulations!
Yeah, man, you won.
Thank you guys so much.
We're gonna transform your BRZ. I think that's the best reaction we've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've been following you guys so long. You guys have no idea.
Oh, I know, because you had the original throtl sticker on your car. That's one of the reasons why we picked you. Yeah, let's go. We got everyone here.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So we'll be in touch.
I was like a New York number. I'm like, I don't know anybody from New York, so I received the message. I was like,
That's awesome, man. So yeah, after we get off the phone, we'll work through all the details and stuff, but have a great Christmas, happy holidays, and yeah, we'll get your car out here and time to transform it.
oh my god.
It's real, baby.
It's real. All right, we'll talk soon.
See ya, man.
That's it, congratulations. And I just wanted to say, like, this was incredibly challenging to have to pick one person out of all the amazing entries that we had. And it came down to a bunch of different factors. I'm really excited to meet Reibys, and we'll show you guys what his car is in the next coming weeks here. So I just want to say thank you guys so much again for joining VIP and submitting your cars. And we plan on doing this more and more in the near future. So hey, you could be next. So that's it, let's get back to it.
All right, so now that the line is done, Mickey put a piece of tape for me to actually follow that line because it's more straighter than the drawing on the marker. And then that's it. I'm gonna start taking the first layer off. So if you guys don't know, behind this quarter panel there's like 2 layers, right, of metal, and they're pretty much infused together. So we'll take the first layer off and then we'll open it and then we'll see what's behind it, and then we'll go from there.
R32s are notorious for rusting out from the inside out, and we knew this car had some minor rust issues, and that's why we weren't so worried about cutting it up. And as we suspected, there has been some rust repair done on this quarter panel, and I'm pretty sure there's been some done on the other panel too. The good news is we're cutting out all the old rust problems, so that's, you know, a bonus. It's a good thing we chose a car with rust, because I would hate to be cutting up a car that didn't have any rust issues, which,
Like a 2020 Subaru or something.
yeah, or a 458 Ferrari, which was the first car I ever cut, which is ridiculous. But anyway, as you can see here, there's been some rust repair done. So the good news is we're cutting all that old cancer out, and we're gonna put new metal in, so it'll be better than new.
How do you know that it's rust repair?
Oh, you
For
can
someone that didn't, like I don't know.
Well, there's this, you know, hole all the way through the chassis, so and you can see it's just crumbling here. So you can see where the rust was in here. Look at, dude, this is all old repair. Over in Japan, for some reason, they use like this soft putty. I don't know why. I've seen other guys with R32s have the same thing. They like use almost like a seam sealer to try to fix it, and it doesn't really, it seals it, but it doesn't really do the whole job. So
Rust is to a minimum, huh? There's no turning back now, and I love it.
no, it's great. I mean, this was the perfect car for what we're doing. It's not an R32 GTR, so we're not desecrating a GTR. It's a car, it's a rust car. It's rear wheel drive, so it'll be fun to drive when it's wide bodied and done. We can maybe slide it around a little bit.
Sweet. We have some Bondo here too.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can see how thick it is right here.
Okay. Good.
Entirely too thick Bondo. I don't know what they use over in Japan they try to seal with, but it's like a pliable, almost a rubber coating. I've seen multiple cars come with it.
So if you guys look down here, you guys see how this piece of metal is folding in, right? So if you were to grab a flat piece going in, it's actually in the way. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this right here completely out. That'll make the inside of the panel and the outside of the panel be completely flat. And then I'm just gonna fill this out with a nice thick piece of metal. And we'll be able to keep the outside shell shape intact without trying to moving it and crimping it in and changing the shape. So that is the rear shock and spring that just came out of the car. And we do this every time we do a wide body, and what we do is we put a wheel, either the actual wheel and tire that we are going to be running in the car, or something that's very similar to the OD, to the overall diameter of the wheel and tire. And then what we do is, since there's no tension now in the suspension, we can raise these to the max heights. And then we'll actually put the wheel and tire on first, and we'll go up the suspension to the max height, and then we'll see where the tire is gonna hit a full droop suspension, right? When it's like the max low. So we're gonna mimic that, and then if we still touching panels, then we're gonna keep cutting until it's not.
Why are we using that?
Dang, it works.
19 16s. On
Dude, they are
32.
huge on this thing.
Yeah, not the look for sure.
Donk Pandem R32.
Dude, have you Google search R32 GTR 20-inch wheels? Or donk. R32 GTR donk. There's actually one that somebody lifted and put like massive 22s on.
That's wild, because these wheels, they kind of look small on the R35.
They do look smaller than they do.
Well, here's the thing, it's touching here, right? But this wheel, the entire combination is 2 inches bigger than what we're gonna be actually running. And this is the closest thing we have here in stock for us to put this here to compare it.
Anybody notice how good the offset is? It's like actually perfect.
I actually did not notice that. Slow down.
Quinn, you used to work at Discount Tire?
Many moons ago, my friend.
Is that a true statement?
That is one Hot Wheeling tire right there.
Send it.
Woo! Wait. Oh!
This is the front wheel, by the way.
And it's still hitting just a tiny bit right up here. I'm just gonna keep cutting until it doesn't rub.
That's one rear corner down. Ricky did a great job of getting it all trimmed out. And now what we're gonna do is like we typically do, we go back and put metal back in. So make it nice and smooth. That way if our tire ever contacts that, which it shouldn't, we've taken careful consideration to make sure we've got just a bit of gap so that we can roll with this thing all the way down, hit small bumps. We're not obviously gonna be rolling on the freeway with it dumped like that. So we don't have to really worry about it too much. We wanna put a nice coat of steel back in there, reseal everything with seam sealer and panel bond. And this thing is gonna be slick. It's gonna lay out and it's gonna look badass. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna get cranking on the other 3 corners and knock out the rest, and then this thing is off to paint.
As you guys know, yesterday we made the cut, so the big old wheels we're gonna be putting on this bad boy fits completely when it has its lowest possible position of the car. So we're gonna do the exact same thing on this side, and then we'll move to the front side of the car.
Is that Bondo? Is that Bondo?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey, Bondo.
Dude, this is rotten. This is so rotten. Oh my god.
So these are all bonded?
Yeah. So the good thing is that where all the rust is at is literally what we're gonna be removing and replacing. All this is coming off. And it seems to be like that's the only area that has rust. Everything else looks pretty good. So it's a good thing we're doing wide body on this thing.
I don't understand why there's so much bonus. That means there's
So somebody repaired it. So all this thing rotten, instead of cutting it and replacing it with metal, they just threw a bunch of body filler in it. And I'm gonna replace it with actual steel. Look at that, it's all Bondo.
What?
Ricky's doing an awesome job getting this driver's side fender cut out. And as you guys saw in a previous clip, we are dealing with a little bit of rust issue. And what I will say is that if any of you guys have experience with these older, late 90s, early 2000s Japanese cars, this is really common. And they did repair a bunch of it over in Japan, it appears, before it was sent over. What I don't want to do is have this reflect badly on Top Rank. This is definitely fairly normal for these chassis to have rust in some of these areas. And this is how we asked them to get us the car. We didn't want a pristine car because we knew we were gonna be cutting it up. So we knew going in that we were gonna see some of these, you know, steel challenges on the chassis. And for us, it's not a challenge because we're cutting it out anyway. So this is the perfect chassis for what we are doing. So huge shout out to Top Rank for getting us exactly what we were after. And if you guys are in the market for a used Japanese car, you can reach out to Top Rank too, and they'll find you guys what you're after, which is pretty cool.
All right, so right now Quinn went to pick up the other set of wheels, and our rear tire is just, Jesus, that's a big difference. Look at this. That's front versus back.
What's nice is the ODs.
Oh, the ODs the same.
Pretty much the same, yeah. Whew. This is a really good match set.
Oh yeah.
315. Falcon tire RT 660s. That has got to be one of the sexiest tread designs ever made.
So sick, dude. All right, so I'm gonna continue to clean this floor while Quinn gets ready to mount that tire on that wheel. And then the same thing that we did yesterday, we're gonna test fit the rear wheels with the rear tire back on our original passenger side, and then we'll do the same on the driver's side. And if we need to clear something out, then we'll just do it.
Just finished mounting up one of the rears. We got one of the fronts mounted yesterday, so I'm gonna finish mounting the rest of them, get them all balanced, and then we'll be done with the wheels and tires.
This is the original line. It's gonna switch. So we're gonna follow the actual line of the chassis itself, not the fender, which is bigger. It'll allow us to have more travel without any issues. So we're just gonna follow this line all the way across, and then when the fender goes over it, you're just gonna see the actual body kit.
Is that because we're bagging it, or would you typically still do that?
We would still have to cut it, even if it was coils.
If it's Quinn's car, he will literally write static after it was bagged. Yeah, so.
I mean, the whole idea is to create clearance regardless of bagged or static, because you don't want the suspension compressing and hitting all this stuff. Tears up tires, tears up body panels. This is the right way to do it. We're gonna, since we are bagged and we have to take into consideration that extra amount of travel, we are gonna go up a little bit higher than we normally would for a coilover car. Keep in mind, as I mentioned in the first video, one thing we noticed doing our research about this car before we started was how many of these have been built are on coilovers, and they can't go low enough because the front lip is so aggressive, and they raise, you can see how much higher the arch is here. So effectively what that's allowing you to do is lower the car a lot more, but then it's counterintuitive because you've got this front lip that's another 1.5 inches longer than the factory front lip, which means your lip is almost touching the ground, but you still have a wheel well gap. So it's not the ideal design, I don't think.
Right.
But because we're bagging the car, we felt we chose bags for this car because we want to be able to create the look that this car is capable of, and on coils we didn't think that was possible. We don't think it's possible. So this is the best of both worlds in our opinion.
Yep.
So we're gonna cut up higher, as Ricky said, probably go up even into here, I think. Because what you don't want to do is be able to see this behind your fender.
Nate's ideas.
Get a cool like putting the glasses on, putting the mouth on.
Right,
You got gloves, right?
take that shit.
Sliding the glove on, and then Vic's gonna be like,
Hey, get out of
Vic's gonna be like super dramatic on the edit. It'll be funny. It's more like a meme, but it's kind of serious because you're doing something cool.
Vic, do you hear all this?
Vic's got it.
Ricky finished cutting the fender. We put the new wheel on with the new tire on. We already took the strut off, so now we're gonna jack it up to its full range of travel and see what this thing looks like tucking these meats. So that is going to be it for this episode of the Skyline build. The car looks absolutely insane in the 2 days we've been working on it. The body kit, the wheels look fantastic. We got the fenders cut. Everything's ready for us to actually start plating those inner fender wells and get this thing properly fitted and off to paint. So I'm super stoked for the car. The thing looks insane. Don't forget the R35 sweepstakes ends this Friday. So this is the last week to get your entries in. 2 times entries all week. VIP members, you're gonna get 10 times entries. So get those entries in, guys. The next episode of the GTS-T build goes live on Friday. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below on how you guys think this build is going to turn out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
The moment has arrived. Sheesh.
Damn, Daniel.
Huh?
He's got one. Look, Vans. He's got Vans, but they're like dad Vans. Quinn the Tire Man. Quinn's everything.
These are too big, bro.
Quinn Fab, Quinn Tires, Quinn Quality.
Golf stems are too big.
Quinn Dirty.
Big. Too big.
Oh, hey, there's a tire there. Gotcha. What?
And it should be said that we know the tire is on the wrong side. This is just for test fitment purposes.
Oh man,
I'm sure the comment section is gonna show.
crazy.
The tire's on the wrong side.
Not only is the front wheel, but the tire's backwards.
That brake rotor's on the wrong
You
side.
only have 2 lug nuts in there.
Jeez.
Drop it lower, so we can just put the struts back.
Why don't?
How's that make you feel inside?
Good. Makes me know that we're doing it right.
I feel all warm and fuzzy when it's
It cockles the bottom of my heart.
Does it tickle your fancy?
How's that saying go?
What's that? What was that word?
That was-
Warms the cockles of my heart. That is a old saying. Cockle, I don't know what cockles are. I mean, I
don't know.
I know what you probably think it is, but yeah, cockles
Wow,
are.
bud, just had to go-
Cockles is actually not a bad word. I have to look it up.
Is it spelled like
Apparently-
C-O-C-K? Like
Whoa!
Cockles?
Cockles?
I don't know. It might be C-O-Q. C-O-C-Q? Cockles? I don't know, dude.
That is not a valid word.
Start typing
Cockle.
warm.
It's an animal.
Warm the cockle.
A cockle is an edible marine bivalve
Start typing this statement.
mollusk.
Warm the cockles of my heart. Apparently,
It's cockle, same as clams.
What a trap phone, man.
Cockles warm my heart.
there it is.
The warmest cockles of one's heart means to bestow a feeling of contentment.
There you have it.
To feel warm,
I'm cultured, see?
kind.
Spell that out for us.
Cultured. This guy, cultured.
C-O-C-K-L-E-S.
Cockles.
Cockles.
There. And the more you know.
It's a Latin
What is it? What's the saying from
something
the old
new
G.I.
every
Joe? And knowing's half the battle. Google that.
Amen. I learned a new word today.
All right, let's get this thing on the ground.